Hey guys, Trent here, coming at you with a kind of like a metagame analysis video and just kind of like my thoughts and just an observation on the way that they make new set standard cards these days. Uh, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I do. I don't know if this is has to do with what makes cards more playable or not, but what's up with all these cards uh, having life gain attached to them? Uh, First one I got pulled up here is Moment of Craving, a new card. Uh, this one is kind of reasonable because it's 2 mana. It's basically like a Disfigure, which otherwise would be 1 mana. For the extra mana, you get to gain 2 life. But again, it's just like I'm noticing a trend of just taking old cards basically and making a new version where they tack on a little life gain. Uh, I don't know. Is aggro too good to where they're like, man, we got to make some of these cards playable. We just gonna have to put, oh, gain this amount of life, gain that amount of life. So yeah, it was a new one, caught my attention. Moment of Craving. Then right along moving up the black removal suite here, we got the premier removal card almost in the format. Now, I do understand that black does associate with life gain and has in the past, but I'm just noticing a lot of cards that have this little tack on, like I'm saying, oh, by the way, you gain 2 life too. Like Vraska's Contempt, not destroying, but exiling a permanent, or I'm sorry, a creature or planeswalker at instant speed is pretty good, and I could understand the justification for 4 mana there. But it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, you gain 2 life. So I'm noticing a trend here. I don't know if that's the way that they're at Wizards of the Coast. That's how they're kind of like balancing the metagame by if you're not going to play 100% the most aggressive cards, then we're going to tack on a little life to the cards that you do play, so you'll be able to play them. I'm not sure, but anyways, moving down again. Here's another example. Now, Gifts of Paradise. This is I think I believe a functional reprint, so this isn't really the first time this has happened. But again, it's like, okay, well, you want to play ramp? Sure. Here's a ramp spell so you can gain a little life too. Fix your mana, accelerate your mana, and gain a little life, 3 life. So you've got the life gain available to you in many strategies. Well, let's look at Control. They got Fumigate. You know, a little bit of overcosted of a Wrath, but, well, you know what? Since that's the case, why don't you just gain life for every creature that's destroyed? Uh, it makes it more than playable, I would say, especially in a metagame where mono red is pretty high up on the chain. Next thing you know, we're going to see like they'll print a Lightning Strike card that says gain 2 life. So now mono red will be able to gain life. And here's another example: Battle at the Bridge. It has improvise already, so being able to kill a Hazaret or any of the indestructible gods at any stage, or any creature at any stage of the game, is pretty good, and including improvise. But by the way, just go ahead and gain that much life. So yet another example. And finally, back to Control, or this is its own deck, of course. We got Approach of the Second Sun. 7 mana, game-winning ability. You have to cast it twice, of course. But still, imagine if like Ulamog said you gain 7 life. you know, uh, I don't know. I'd be curious to know what you guys think, but I'm just definitely noticing in sets nowadays. It's just there's a lot of cards where it seems like in the past that little extra life gain stuff wouldn't have been there, and now all of a sudden we're seeing these powerful abilities, and they're just giving you little nugs of life on each of these cards that you play. I guess to keep the aggro decks in check, to keep mono red in check. But I don't know. I just thought I'd point that out. My observation of the way cards are printed now in the metagame. Let me know what your thoughts are. please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know about what you have to say about this. Thanks.